Welcome to the BBC podcast. Tapping in with Tunchi again. Today we're going with this interview all the way across overseas, and we're gonna get in here with Jamie Wee Fitness. Let's get it. Back again with BBC podcast, tapping in with Tunchi, all the way from United Kingdom. I finally was able to get a hold of my boy Jamie right here. Been reaching out to for a long time, man, trying to get this content going because I really like his channel, man. I tune in all the time. I'll hand it over to you, man. Let them explain what it is, what you do.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, no, it's been a bit awkward. I think we've been trying to get this going for it's got to be 2-3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, no, finally here, which is good. Yeah, so my name's Jamie. I've got a YouTube channel, Jamie Wee. It's kind of self-development stuff, some fitness stuff, kind of just overall life stuff, just trying to help men, basically, to be honest, because there's a lot of, lost people. They don't kind of know where to look, So that's what I kind of doing on YouTube at the moment. But yeah.
All right. World is small. You look at it, man, we having the same problems over here in the States. So you see a lot of that over there in Europe?
Yeah, it's just everywhere, isn't it, to be honest? And on a global basis, there's just countless, just a number of men. They don't know where to turn to, do they? Especially in today's society, it's not the best to, be masculine and go out and get it. You just kind of get suppressed and you kind of get pushed down. So, yeah. It's everywhere.
You see a lot of guys over there in the UK that they're just pertaining to just stick to themselves, staying in the house, and nobody's really getting out, trying to better themselves or anything like that. They're doing that over there too.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely, man. It's kind of like a pandemic in itself, and just everyone just locked indoors on social media.
Yeah, seriously.
Scrolling through,
for
getting
real,
all those dopamine hits, and it's the same for video games as well. You just get addicted to video games. You level up, you create a character, and you level up the character. You get that instant hit. You feel good about yourself, but as soon as you get off the games and you back in reality, snap back into reality, you're just this sucks.
Yeah,
so it is everywhere.
Man, okay. Tell me, man, what is this that you? I see you just had a video about brand marketing yourself. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so basically, the way I see it, the best thing we could do is improve ourselves and put our, best foot forward, just become the best version of ourselves. And I think that will help in every area of life. And I always say, start out with, fitness, for example, because as soon as you get your fitness right, you get that good physique, you look in the mirror, you feel more confidence, got higher self-esteem, and the discipline, the diligence you get from the gym. You carry that over into other areas of life as well. So it's in your career, you've overcome challenges in the gym. You think, what else can I overcome?
Yeah.
So then in your career, your job, you might hate your job or your job sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
So then you have the confidence to look for something else, Yeah.
Well,
same for your dating life as well. A lot of it, if you're overweight, you're not really gonna, the way I see it, if you're overweight, you're already limiting yourself, I think, especially in the dating market today, because it's so competitive. Like you said, it's on a global basis. People see the most, successful people, money-wise or attractive-wise on these, on Instagram, for example.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, that's why everyone's like, how am I meant to compete with that dude? He's got he's got an 8-pack. He's got a Lamborghini. He's living the life, and you're here, you're just staring at your laptop. You know what I mean?
For real. Yeah,
I think I've gone on a massive tangent, but yeah, about the whole marketing thing, I think you should put your best foot forward, have the best chances in life. In any area.
Yeah, can you
So
imagine like everybody's seeing all that stuff and like women are just like a tap away just from like with their finger, and then like I said, like the guy at Subway, the guy even has a decent like warehouse job or anything like that, making like decent amount of money. Like he still doesn't even get looked at. He gets overlooked because, like you said, she's looking at the guy that has that lifestyle, that yacht, like on that plane taking trips. Like it's crazy.
Man, you're totally right. It's actually nuts, isn't it? Like girls these days, they don't actually see the average guy. He's kind of just like invisible. It's mental.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So like, I'm with you, man. I'm with like these guys. Like everybody just needs to improve to get to the best, like that you can be. Like you said, like to set your brand, to let it is how it is, how you're living, your name, because that's all you have at the end of the day.
Exactly. So yeah, like you said, the best thing to do is put your best foot forward and then kind of show that to the world. You know, you've built a physique. You're trying to improve like your career. You know, you're going after what you want to go after. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. How long you been in the fitness world?
Oh, I've been training for a while now. It's probably been training for like 8 years. But at the start, just didn't really know what I was doing. At the start was the worst.
Yeah, I know how it is. Wait, how long you think you were in it before? Like you actually know, like you're eating, your workout, like your macros, your calories, and all stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh man, they must have been about 3 years maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
The first year was the most rough, because I was like, I'll increase protein, but I'll eat super healthy, and man, I just wasn't getting the calories in, and I just turned into an absolute twig. It wasn't the best look, man.
I get you.
What about you? How's
I say I probably off and on. I say about a good like 5 years. I still remember like one of my friends was trying to get me in, and there's like they like good like muscular built and everything, and then I was having a conversation like, man, you need to hit the gym, and I said, man, I ain't even worried about trying to look good or anything like that. It's cool. And they're like, nah, man, like trust me, like you'll feel better and stuff like that. Like one of the times they took me on a hike, and I'm like, damn. They're like, man, you really need to like you really need to like better yourself. So I was like, man, so I made them a deal. I was like, man, I'm pretty sure, man, I can get to where you're at in like give me like 3 months. And they just started laughing at me, and I'm thinking, like, man, there's no way. Like, I mean, I hit the treadmill, like, do a couple push-ups, hit some weights and stuff like that, man. Like, that's nothing. And then I remember, like, just, like, working out 2 weeks, like, man, like, straight, like, man, 5 days a week, stuff. Like, my recovery was crap. My eating was, like, terrible. I'm over here buying, like this fast food, like, chicken to-go places and stuff. Like, just thinking just chicken and rice is the whole thing, and just working out. And then I remember like we made like a money bet, and I remember I just ended up paying them ahead of time. I was like, here man, here's $100 because I did 2 weeks right now, and I see like nothing. I see no change, nothing. And then my homie was telling me, he's like, yeah man, he's like man, like where I'm at right now, he's like, man, I've been in the gym for like 2-3 years straight, like just going at it. He's like it's not over a night thing or whatever. And I was just like, and ever since then, like I said, like falling in love with the whole rhythm of seeing the gains slowly but surely. It makes you go harder. It makes you go harder. The self-improvement. Yeah. Then you realize in yourself, like you said, the whole vanity thing, other people are seeing it too, and it makes you feel good. Like, you know what I'm saying? It rises a lot of things in you. So, I think it's like actually like just mandatory thing to, like, for a man to get his health together, because then once you do that, it makes the mind sharper, and then you just become more driven. You want more stuff.
Exactly. It just shows discipline as well.
Yeah, especially
when you see like a jack dude, you can't help but to kind of respect them, because it's not easy. Like you said, it's a long process to even get a physique like that, Yeah. So you're totally right.
Yeah, seriously. And then I see here you got this. What's this 3 out of 10 motion that you have?
Oh yeah. I actually got inspired to make that video from another YouTuber. Yeah, he's called First Man. Okay. I think his name's Chris. Okay. Yeah, he's really good. He's a really good YouTuber, kind of like self-improvement. Okay. Helping men to better themselves as well.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, so basically, the average dude and walking around here anyway, they don't look after themselves. It's not good. Like they basically walking around overweight. A lot of people just don't even care what they look like.
No, at all.
And I just think to myself,
just go.
I was like, how can you expect other people to respect you if you don't respect yourself? Do you know what I mean? Just moping around. Some people just see like a gut hanging out. And I don't want to be like, super judgmental and stuff, but you kind of want to shake some people, and just be like, come on. So yeah, the 3 out of 10 really came from I was getting inspired from another video, but like, say you're in I'll give an example, small town, for example. You know, an average, good-looking dude. A lot of people say, "Oh, you know, he's an 8 out of 10. You know, he's really attractive." But you put that same dude, you know, in a big city. There's loads of that dude around. You know.
Yeah.
So that's when he would fall to a 6 or something like that.
That's when there.
So
like
that's what
the market will bring him down.
Exactly, because you know, when everyone moves to a big city, say in the UK, there's, you know, Ireland, you know, Scotland, Wales, and then England, and then everyone, you know, moves into the big city. The market gets way more competitive with all the people coming in, you know. But yeah, it's not just, you know, and how you look, it's the money as well, you know.
Yeah, for sure, it's the whole package.
Yeah, exactly, you know. So a good wage in your small hometown or something is nothing compared to you move to a big city, and there's, you know, then there's big earners, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So the 3 out of 10 thing really comes from it's basically comparing yourself on a global scale instead of your small town, okay, where you think you're a 5 when you're most probably a 3.
I would think you have to now, especially being, like we said, like social media, somebody can tap into the next country just with the click of a finger. Like.
That's what I mean. I was going to say, you know, if you're a girl, you don't know who's slide into the DM. You know, she's really attractive as well. You got all these people balling out, you know, whether the sports athletes, you know, or rappers or anything like that.
How can you compete? Like that's the thing.
That's what I mean. How are you going to compete with your kind of like average wage and your average physique? You know, it's tough out here.
Yeah, for real. What would you recommend for, say, 3 steps a guy take to just start? Say he's just not motivated at all, and he's like probably doesn't even have a job. Just say he's just like starting. He's about 18 years old. What would you recommend for a guy to where would he start at? What 3 factors would you say are very important?
Well, what I'd say first of all is if you don't have a job, I'd say you kind of need to get your mind right for a start. If you don't get your mind right, you're not going to make yourself do anything in life. That's the way I see it. You control your mind, you get your body to follow. So the first thing is, and I know it's kind of, you know, cliche with being the fitness and stuff like that, but it is really exercise. I think fitness seriously. At any age, it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, you could be younger than 18. I'm not saying you have to, you know, slam the weights and things like that, but even just going for a walk.
Here looking like Arnold or nothing, but
that's what I mean. But as soon as you get going in the gym, like I said, it's not just the vanity in the mirror. You know, it's good seeing your body get better, but it's the mindset. Like I said, you overcome something in the gym, you do progressive overload. You do like 8 reps last week, you go for 9 reps next week. And once you've overcome that, you've proved yourself that you can overcome challenge. Like I said, so that's what I'd start off doing. After that, I'd say try and find somebody you look up to, kind of like a mentor figure. I think that really helped me when I first started out, you know, when I was kind of directionless. I think that's super important, especially if they have the lifestyle or the thing you want to get in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether that's the physique or the same kind of career path, because you can almost kind of follow the steps they've taken in a way if they broadcast it, you know, especially, you know, today's age, capture everything on video. You know, there's so many podcasts out there as well. And then I'd also say, third thing on the top of my head, there's probably loads of other things, but I'd say try and reach out to other like-minded people as well.
So network, especially and connect.
Yeah, network. When you're trying to improve yourself initially, it can be, you know, there's self-improvement. It can be a lonely road, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes you get those, you know, dark days, and it's tough to keep pushing forward. But if you've got another, I don't know, you've got a mate, a brother, you know, and he pushes you on during those tough times, you know, you kind of bounce off each other. You can get each other through some kind of dark times. So yeah, that's the advice I would get.
Okay. Who would you say you look up to? Who's your mentor?
Oh, there's been so many different people over the past, but these are people that I haven't even met in person, you know, but I'd consider them mentors. So I think for the big fitness one for me, there's a guy called Greg Plitt, but he's actually died, so he's not with us anymore, but it was mainly his mindset, you know. That's why I think, you know, you get your mindset right and your body will follow, you know. If you get your mind right, you can force yourself to do things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? Do you have any big mentors?
Yeah, actually, like I'm a lot like in the media. I follow like a lot of like videos, read some books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, like mainly mentality wise, honestly, I look up to my older brother like a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
established
good,
like
man.
a lot of nothing from like just made something out of like a whole thing, man. Like take care of his
Hmm.
family, real good career and everything like that is like real good. And I want to say fitness wise, man, like there's a lot. There's like a lot of people out there.
There is a lot in there.
Yeah, yeah. Um, man, like
So,
there's a whole lot like Cal Green.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Man, actually a little bit of fitness and a little bit of business, fitness wise also too. Like Randall Pitch from Live
yeah.
Fit, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like a lot. Especially because he's local out here. I'm in California, so he's in Long Beach. So,
Oh yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, there's a whole lot, man. Cause I agree with you. Like, if you don't have that pushing that's like helping you push and get the harder drive. Like you're
yeah,
saying, if you're doing it by yourself, it's a harder road. It's doable. It's just a harder road without
yeah,
having that push and like that goal, that reach that you see that somebody's taking those steps. You can take the same steps or alter it. You know what I'm saying, to make your own.
yeah. Exactly.
What would you say about like the whole like with Ben not being more mentally connected and especially like not more masculine? Like just being more beta like, just like being softly attentive to women, letting women like take the roles, like not even know how to like set up a date nowadays. Like, that they're asking the girl, like, well, what do you want to eat? Where do you want to go instead of just taking the lead, like and leading the day. Like how do you feel about men like being like just really socially awkward nowadays?
Yeah, that goes along with like the loneliness and stuff, and people constantly still just indoors on TikTok.
Mm,
They don't know how to walk up to people, and because like you said, it's like, oh, what do I say? You
mm,
know, when you say that in yourself, it's a bit like, you know what I mean. So I think, yeah, leadership skills in this day and age, especially young men, is kind of slacking at the
yeah.
moment,
Mm,
and whether that's because we talked about mentors earlier. There's a lot of like single moms,
yeah.
households.
Yes.
There's not a strong father figure,
Yeah.
and even if they have the father figure, you know, is he a strong father figure? That's the thing. So I think that's really impacting in in this day and age. What else did you
Mm.
also mention? I've gone off track.
No, you good. Like look, like you being out there in the UK, like going out and just seeing like guys like, and they might be passing up an opportunity to speak to a
Oh
woman and being like, or
yeah,
they do try to talk to the woman and they're just like
yeah.
super like awkward. They say the wrong
All
thing and they
right.
don't even know what to say. Like,
Oh man, to be honest, I've been there as well. That used to be me back in
oh
the
yeah, not for
day.
sure. I
Because
think we all been through.
oh man, when I was 18 years old, I looked about 16. I remember going into a club, and this guy just comes over. He's got a girl in his arm. He's like, "How are you in there? You look about 16." And I was, man, dead inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Already had no confidence. No,
I
absolutely just
get
been
it.
annihilated.
You think the fitness whole thing like that helped with the confidence and everything like that, so where like
Oh
you don't, yeah,
yeah,
you don't feel so awkward.
yeah, for sure. Another thing I'd say as well, the whole fitness thing. When you build that physique, and you get that self belief in yourself, the confidence you have. I found just walking down the street, other people respect you more. It's such a
Yeah, for
weird
sure.
thing.
It's
Like,
true.
and after you build a good physique in the club next time, people kind of like move out the way of you and stuff. It's a really weird thing.
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah,
Very, very true.
it's it's just not based on your physique. Because yeah, man, I
I
was down bad.
Yeah.
When I was 18. I'm not gonna lie.
But I really agree with you. Like how you said, like it as cliche as it sounds, but like it really starts with self improvement, with the physique and the mind. Like you said, like your mindset feels different. Everybody moves differently around you. They treat you different. Like you said, the respect, everything comes in.
Yeah,
It's all in one. It's all in one circle. But it's where it starts. It starts with the self improvement, where it comes with the whether it's mentally get yourself sharper. But I agree with you. I think fitness helps with all the other way around. Like you're getting your health together, you're getting your look together,
yeah,
and like I think it improves the mind and sharpens it, because like you said, you can't even get in shape unless you're disciplined. So I think all that falls into good
exactly,
steps. Yeah, very good.
exactly. Yeah, that confidence and that discipline. And like you said, so you have the confidence to walk over to someone, like you said, and well, you may get rejected. Most of the time, you probably will get rejected.
Guys have to, man, you
know
have
what
to
I mean?
know that, like.
But but after the first sting, it's not as bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think, like you said, the guys in this day and age are too scared to even get that first sting.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just part of the process.
Yeah. I like to tell guys too. I mean, like it's guaranteed that you're more likely to miss every shot you don't take anyway. So you might as well take a shot. Like you never know.
Yeah,
like,
so right, so true.
So can you tell me this about what are the 4 F's?
Oh yeah. I remember making that video on the 4S. 4S. I think I called it fitness, finances. I think that's the other way around. Fitness, family, finances, freedom.
Okay.
We talked about the whole fitness thing. I believe you get your fitness sorted out right. That'll set you up to succeed in other areas of life. Once you get your fitness down, with the fitness comes the better physique. The better mindset that'll carry over. And then we talked about having other people, kind of almost like a tribe of people. Like the family part comes under so many things. Like I call it, your family in general. You said you have your brother, also friends, and then I do chunk a lot into this, and I put relationships there as well.
Okay.
So that's another factor you have to kind of sort out in life, because we mentioned earlier a lot of the young men, we don't even know how to approach anyone.
Yeah.
Whether that's someone you're attracted to, or we don't know how to approach, like in an interview and give a firm handshake. We don't know these things anymore.
Yeah,
little simple things like that, and then the eye contact, body language. So yeah, that's another one. And then the finances, you got to sort your finances out.
Yeah, it's mandatory, man. You're a man. You have to, as you especially step into a woman, you have to provide security and grounds. Like
exactly.
So, okay.
Yeah. So after you've got the fitness, you're sorting out your relationships. You've got a tight group of maybe boys, team members around you. You got relationships sorted. Relationship stuff. Then we got the finances. With the career, whatever you want to do, whether you want to work a job or whether you want to sort like a side hustle out and then grow that into something to a big business, whatever route you want to take, you want to sort that out. And I believe once you have those 3 things sorted out, then comes the freedom.
Oh yeah,
I think. But also freedom's tied to your finances. Let's be honest.
That's true. Yeah, like you said, like the more money you make, the more you should be free, depending on what it is you do for your career. But if you especially if you're an entrepreneur, like the income gives you freedom. Like a lot of people think that a lot of people always think that you're free just because you own your own business and you can like start it and close it whenever you want to. But it doesn't work like that. Like you said, the freedom comes from the finances.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
That was the 4S.
Yeah, I like that. I seen that and I was like, man, I'm gonna ask him. I like that. Real quick, what are your insights on how the message that Andrew Tate is dropping out there right now?
To be honest, the Andrew Tate stuff, I kind of agree with a lot of his mindset stuff, and I agree with a lot of his stuff. There's just a few things he just comes on a bit too strong on a few topics.
That's
I think.
That's what I was going to say. I was say like his meaning and the logic is I think is really, really on point. I think that a lot of people are getting disturbed just off of his delivery. That I think is
if he just toned down a few points, I think he would be good. But he just overdid it. I think.
I get you. Maybe it's just part of his character, but.
He talks about you need that tough mindset. I agree with all that. He's got that fight spirit. Also, he's a kickboxer, things like that.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with that stuff. Just maybe tone down some of the relationship stuff he talks about.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Man, you pretty much answered most of my questions that I have, man. I see.
Flown through them, man.
Yeah, for sure. Can you real quick give my subscribers your weekly setup? What's your fitness routine?
My fitness routine at the moment is I'm kind of maintaining my physique at the minute. Maybe slowly gaining weight, but mine's mainly 3 to 4 days a week at the minute.
Okay.
I used to be like a 5 days type of person, but I kind of toned it back a bit.
Where you at right now? Where you at right now in your physique? You like where you're at? You want to maintain it?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like where I'm at the minute. So it's kind of mainly maintenance at the moment. So that's 3 to 4 days a week. And if it's like 4 days, I'll split it up into like, upper lower. If it's 3 days, you can do 3 full body sessions. Sometimes I just split it and just do legs one day, legs and abs, back biceps, and then a push day. But yeah. What about you?
I say right now it's like I said, like doing so much stuff like with the podcast and everything. It's only about like 2 to 3 days, like a week. But mainly right now I'm really on like a building, so it's nothing but just heavy sets, high calories, high protein. How are you with what would you say your body fat is at right now?
Oh, body fat. Oh, that's a tough one, man. If I had to eyeball it, maybe I'd say 12%. I don't know. I'd eyeball it, throw it out, say 10, 12%.
Okay. What type of diet would you say you're on right now to maintain that?
Oh, man. I'm not on any particular type of diet. You see like keto or
Well,
things like that.
What's your eating routine? Like, do you count your macros still, or are you just like comfortable with what you eat?
Yeah, what I do these days is I literally just count calories, but then I track my protein, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Say you'd hit like, I don't know, 3,300 calories. So I try and hit that calorie amount each day. But then I'm also tracking the protein. So like, I need to get like 160 grams of protein into that. If that makes sense?
Yeah, I understand.
I find that so much easier than trying to like track carbs and fats and everything. It's just just makes the process.
Are you grabbing your primary source of protein through shakes and stuff, or are you getting it through actual meals?
It's a bit of a mix.
Okay.
I'd say I do take quite a few shakes, to be fair, but then I'm eating stuff like eggs, stuff like beef. I get some dairy in as well. Also get the protein from there. So yeah, it's a mixture. Honestly, I'm not too strict on things these days. At the start, I was, you track everything out, and then you'd go out and be eating their nice meals. You'd be like, no, I can't have that, man. Yeah. Taking the burger or the bun, man. That's not living, is it, man?
Have a little script, and people be like, right now, counting stuff. Like, never mind, I take that out right there. I can't have that.
Everyone's like pointing the finger, like, you've changed, man.
Yeah,
look, we have goals to achieve, right?
Man, I got a friend that's like, I want to say he's probably pretty down to I'm gonna say, he's probably there. He might be like around like 10% like body fat.
Yeah,
and he's always pretty lean all the time when they invite him. Say it's like a kid's birthday party. He's and like when he shows up, he actually brings out this little lunch pail, and they be like, "What are you doing, man? Like we got pizza. Like if you want some protein, man, they got some chicken and stuff over here." And like he'll pull out his little turkey burger, and he's like, "Nah, I'm cool. I brought my turkey burger." We're like, "Man, he's serious." Like he's like real serious. But his concept is like he's like, "Man, like I like to be beach ready all the way around." He's like, "I like to be. I can take my shirt off in December and feel like okay, like so." Yeah, we get him, man. He's always in shape all the time, so he takes it serious.
Yeah, like going out, he's like, "No, I've just eaten. I can't have that." And he's got like a protein bar in his pocket. And then I've seen it all.
No, we mess him all the time. Like, hey, man, when you're going somewhere, you can't bring your own food in. You know that, right? Yeah, no, that's cool, man. But man, I'm glad I finally get this interview with you, man. I think you gave a lot of info for my subscribers and stuff, man. Any last things you want to touch up on, or?
I don't think so, man. I think I've pretty much just covered everything. I think.
Cool. Can you tell them where to find you, social media wise?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Jamie Wee on YouTube. So it's Jamie space WE, and then also on Instagram at Jamie Wee Fitness. But I've kind of slacked on Instagram for so long now.
Okay.
It's
okay.
it's one of those.
All right. But for sure, everybody, man, check out his channel. And you already know most of you guys are all on IG, man. Tap in with him, man. Give him a follow. And appreciate you again, man. We'll tap in with you soon, man. I hope to see you some games, man, for sure.
I appreciate you inviting me on. I know it's taken a while, but man, keep on helping inspire, and you're doing a good thing.
For sure, so, man. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to send a lot of subs your way, man. I appreciate your time.
No, I appreciate you. Thanks.
All right, man. We'll check you out.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right.